Greetings, family. Peace and blessings. I'm back with the great Continuum, looking at black marriage. What does that mean? When two black people married to each other? So we usually don't get to hear a lot about that. So I'm loving these conversations. I'm getting great feedback. So tonight we are joined by the Beings. Well, not really the Beings.
There you go.
I know, but I just said that. You told me not to change it. You're just going to explain it. So y'all put on there the Beings, but they really not the Beings. They are
they're the Garretts.
The Garretts. The Garretts.
But
See,
I'm a Bean Garrett.
You're a Bean Garrett.
Yeah, I kept my maiden name.
Okay, so I wasn't totally crazy. See, normally I inbox people and say, "Is this your married name?" And people be like, "Yeah," like So you one of the few black women who use her maiden name like that, because I just know Tanya Bean. I don't know Tanya Garrett.
And then that's what it is. I'm Tanya Bean. You know what? Right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, how did y'all meet each other? Because y'all been married how many years?
We'll be 25 September 14th.
Wow. 25 years. So how did you first meet her?
Oh my God.
She's a beautiful soul. How did you meet her?
I met her. I used to always be riding down the street and seeing her out, and we just happened to meet at one of her girlfriend's houses. And I told her girlfriend, I say, "That's her. That's the one I be seeing all the time." And we exchanged numbers. We hooked up, and we've been together ever since.
So before y'all hooked up, did y'all go on a bunch of dates? Did y'all have barbecues? Did we talking about what? 25 years ago, it was like 80-something or 90-something?
92.
92. Yeah, early 90s.
So yeah, we knew a lot of the same people, kind of, sort of. You know what I mean? One particular friend of mine. So just he was staying over there, and just seeing him, But what would you say? Being we were just in company with the same people.
Right.
We'll put it that way.
And we just seen something in each other. And like I said, I had already been seeing her. I already had been seeing her, and every time I seen her, I used to ride by and just see her out, like walking and stuff. And I used to say, "Oh, she cute. Oh, she cute." and then I turn around and she gone.
She was fast moving even
yeah,
then. She was fast moving now. I can see that.
She gone. And like she said, I just happened to meet her at one of her girlfriend's houses, and we hooked up, and we've been, man.
So we were friends. That was destiny. Yeah. But go ahead.
So yeah, it was. I'll let you ask the question.
No, you said it was what?
It was more, yeah. So like you said, when we talked, from the first time, just, you ask me, like, whatever, I'll go out, for a minute, didn't think nothing of it, didn't realize, because I was kind of going through some personal things in my life, because my oldest two are not biological his, so, but they were young, so, just going through other relationships that I've been through, so it was like, I'm over it, like, third time it's a wrap, you know what I mean, so, here come Mr. Garrett. So, which was a good thing. Because, when you go through different relationships, you kind of be over, I was just at that point in my life where I was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to raise these boys and, so be careful with, and I wasn't asking for it neither. So that's when people say, "Oh, I want this, I want that." No, be careful what you ask for sometimes, Sometimes just let it come.
Yeah, the boys was 2 and 6 months.
Oh, so they were very young.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me ask you this: when you were growing up, what were your thoughts on marriage?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was growing up, my mom and dad, when my mom and dad had me, my dad was 43, and my mom was 42.
Wow.
Okay. I had a sister, 21, and a brother, 22. They was already grown out the house with kids and everything. And my mom passed away on me when I was 13 years old. So that kind of, my thing, when my mom passed away on me, my father just gave up on life. Because him and my mom had been married for like 36 years, so he kind of took it hard. He was like, "I don't want to live no more." So that right there made me know that marriage was really, really something special, And my dad, he really took it hard, and he drunk himself all the way until he passed away. I was like 23 when he passed away. He died of cirrhosis of the liver. But I lost 2 parents at the same time.
Right. Yeah. So, did you ever think you were going to get married when you were younger?
No.
Why you say no? You watched your parents be together for such a long
Because
time?
I didn't, it just was. I was an athlete, I played sports. I was real good in sports. So my main thing was to try to go somewhere in sports, But once my mother passed away and my father wasn't there, I lost that drive.
Right on.
Yep, and I lost that drive to continue to play sports. And, so it led to me doing what I had to do, working and all this, and that's when I met my spouse.
What about you growing up? Marriage, your views on it when you were growing
Well,
up?
the blessed part about it with mine is my parents are still alive and they're still married.
So how long have your parents been married?
It'll be 65 years in May.
Your parents been married for 65 years?
Yeah, 65 years.
That's beautiful.
65 years. So 65 years coming in May. So with that being said, just seeing that, and even through my past, going through the different relationships I went through, you always want that, you know what I mean? Like, how come I can't find that, you know what I mean? So, after I got, because I was married first. I was married to my oldest son's father, which he's made, rest in peace. But then after that, and just being in other relationships and saying, ain't nobody worthy, or you could never, because my dad was a working man. I was privileged enough to have that, both of them in my life, both working and just trying to, take care of me and my sisters. So, just to see that, was, it was a dream. Every little girl has a fantasy dream of what they want to be, and and at first I thought it could never be, but that's proven wrong. So I think it's just more of a understanding, learning that you have to grow first.
Right on.
You got to be ready for all the ups and downs, And my parents did go through that. My parents went through a death. I have a sister that got killed in 1975. So, just to see their emotional and things like that, it just, kind of made you like wonder, because it wasn't all peaches and cream, but it never was to the point where it was a normal. No, I wouldn't. It was just a normal family growing up. Normal family, but with all the claws too with it. You know what I mean? With a lot of the flaws. So, just being able to be around my parents and other black women of their friends that are still together. It kind of it helped me out a lot. I think it made me more aware and be more protective of who I am and who I can help. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What was it you got? What were you looking for in your mates? Because marriage is like 65 years being married to somebody. That's definitely ups, downs, all around, through and back through, or whatever. What were you looking for in a wife? What were you looking for in a husband that made you all want to marry each other?
Basically, somebody that you see that got your back on everything. That's no matter what, through the rough, the good, still there.
Mm-hmm.
That means a lot. When you just see something like when you're going through something real, like a real rough time, but you see this person still got your back. That's kind of special, I know. So that right there took a hold on me because she was there for me in my worst times. My wife was there.
Wow. What about you, husband? What were you looking for in a husband?
I wanted a friend. First of all, I think that was important to me, to have somebody that understood me, through all the flaws, through all the ups and the downs, and just being able to understand that I'm gonna make mistakes. Hey, I'm human. And the respect was another one. Respect me as me. Don't be so easy to give up. Because it's gonna be them days where it's gonna be some FUs and some SOBs and all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But I think just learn how to, when it's unhealthy, then you can get away. But if it's a healthy, like, understand that you might be that one day, you know what I mean? So,
Yes.
but understand that it's not meant, but I just, and then space. So I think with time, then as even as an argument, like I can't even really say, like last time we really just had an argument. I could say, like, we gonna agree to disagree.
Right on.
And respect that too. Because it's gonna be a lot of times where the agreement ain't gonna never come.
Right.
So, I'm not gonna put you in a place where it's gonna hurt you or harm you, but some things, just you might not see, and I do. So I think just being able to have trust, love, and respect, that's what I wanted.
So when you got into your marriage with him, you had already had children. They were very young.
Yeah.
So you said 2 years old and 6 months?
And then he had a 4-year-old.
Yeah,
son.
4-year-old. How did y'all do that, blended family? Because that's definitely a large part of our society. You know,
Right.
people have relationship. I know in my own family, all the women, their first child is not their husbands, including my mama.
Right.
Like, and that goes back a couple of generations, to be honest with you. Because I do all
Right.
the research. But then how do you, because we never knew that growing up. We thought we all had the same dad.
Right.
Mom and dad,
Exactly.
except for the one. But we didn't know that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We treated it any different. How did y'all deal with that?
Man.
They call that blended family today.
Right.
Back in the day, like, them just your folks.
Well, my son was staying with my sister, but he, we went and got him a lot, but we, her 2 boys, we got our own place, and man, we raised them until we had one of our own, the one that's not here with us now. But man, we raised them. We kept them in sports.
You have 4 boys?
4 boys.
Oh, Lord. That's a lot of gray hair. I mean, not like they were bad, but like having just 4
Yeah.
black males out in the world. That's
Four boys,
Right.
and they all,
Yeah.
and we put them all in sports. We was there, supportive, everything.
I know.
Yeah. And
What was
I
their
think-
age? What was their ages?
But
They're all 2 years apart.
yep,
Okay.
So,
That's good.
yeah, so,
2 what?
no,
six-
Sarge is 88, 89?
No,
88. Yeah, 88. Mine's is 90, and then 92.
Gotcha.
And then Nutter was 98. So
97.
we waited, 97, sorry, 97.
Got it. Okay. So, as parents, was it hard with your children? Like, my dad had a rule. My dad, I learned this early. So, if I asked my dad something, because sometimes you can get stuff past your dad, and you
Right.
can't get past your mom. And my dad, one time he said yes, and my mother was like, Dad said shit. Why didn't he come? So then the second time, my dad would always say, what your mama say? And I'd be like, oh, my God. You're a parent. You can have your own opinion.
Right.
But that was that united front. What your mama say? Always say that.
They went to dad for the yeses.
Yeah, they
'Cause-
What is that
They
about?
did. I don't know. Just man.
Yeah, and he was like, let him go. But I was bombarded with testosterone.
No,
Okay.
So, it was,
Yeah.
I had to toughen up real fast. Like, y'all is not going to get me up in
Yeah,
here.
it was all male in the house. She was the only female.
Wow. You didn't have a lot of, as they got older, like females trying to win you over to win them over?
Oh, yes.
That's the thing when you have sons.
Right.
Get all kind of daughters.
Right. So I think the blended family thing was more or less, like we said, they were young. So, but as they got older, that was something we never kept.
Right.
My oldest son's father wasn't in his life. And my second son's father was periodically, but
in and out.
in and out of, but it had just came to the point where, when they babies, they don't know, but as they got older, we had that talk. And I think it didn't separate anything. It didn't make it any different because that was still dad. You know what I mean? But I think the most hard this thing is just growing up, and going through the different phases of, they never was like, oh, you're not my dad, you can tell me, they never, and so just letting them know up front that that's never going to happen. Like, it ain't no step, this is dad.
Right
You know what I
on.
mean? I don't believe in step.
Me either.
My brother, my sons they got all different fathers, so, they used to, because they didn't have the same last name at school. So, they used to tell, a teacher told my sons one time that they weren't real brothers, and I went to school and acted than that.
I know you did.
because that's something that, you know, you come out of me. I don't never
Right.
get where, you know, it ain't no step.
No
It's
questions.
never. It ain't
Right
no
on.
questions asked about that. You know what I mean?
Y'all brothers.
So y'all brothers, you know. So, you know, I think it was just letting them, you know, just being aware, letting them know that, you know, like I said, we never hid anything.
And I never tried to step in their father. They just wasn't there. But I respected them as being the father, and they could have came, you know, but they didn't.
The dads never came around?
No.
Wow, that's commendable to you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we have more men like you than we give credit for.
Right.
You know, because to step in those shoes, like because everybody needs a father. I mean, I know people like, yeah, I don't need no daddy. The fact that you said you don't need something probably mean you need it. You know what I mean? Because fathers have a distinct role, and so does moms.
Yeah.
What have been some of the crucial tests in your marriage where you was like, ooh, that's a tough one?
Man.
I mean, I know there's probably a lot, whatever you can share, but what, I'm going to turn this air
I
off because it was kind of hot in here. Go ahead, keep talking.
I think the only thing I could think of, honestly, is when Nutter died.
Yeah. That
And Nutter is who?
our
That was
son.
our son.
Okay.
That's me and her son together.
Oh, okay.
So Nutter was
do
our
believe
son.
That was the toughest. That
So,
was
yeah.
the toughest.
I think that was, yeah, our son that got killed. So that was our son together.
Okay.
So we had the other 3 before, and then Nutter, so it was 4, remember?
Right.
So yeah, or no, yeah, because I don't, you know, it wasn't nothing tough about it. Like,
You know?
just that was it. You know, little things here and there. You know, I think that the most tests are to our marriage was the agrees to disagrees. You know what I mean? Like, so I might want to, you know, because like my value of money, sometimes I just whatever, let's spend it, let's go. You know, we can't take it when we did. You know,
Can't
he's
take it when you
preserving it,
did.
but you know, they you know. So, you know, and I think that's more, that'd be the big,
Because I try to be a bank.
right, you know.
Right on. Somebody got to think about that
Right.
security. That's a part of security. Hey, that's a good match.
So that,
You don't look good, but you had some money left over.
That's right.
right. So we, you know, he's like, he's the one we go on a trip. Yeah, we want, first we get, okay, now we can't be, I be like, can we
You
spend
need
$1
that,
first?
No, but you need that
And we'll
sometimes.
fool around and be broke.
Yeah, so
Take you back home.
hey, you need that bank. I'm just saying.
That's,
You know.
you know.
I feel that. Ain't nothing like being broke. I'm telling
But,
you.
you know, when Nutter died, it was more,
Yeah, that was a big toll on us because that was me and her son together, and you know that was our bond. But it's still, we still have our bond.
I
But
get that.
that was just a big
it was a
hurt for both of us.
connection that could have, you know,
It's like reproducing yourself.
it's
Right.
reproducing,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
get that.
Not only that, then we have, you know, generation that's gonna be gone.
Right. So,
You know, because his father's gone. He's his oldest son, you know. But I mean, just, you know, within a generation, within
I
a
get
limb
that.
of a tree that you're trying to
Right.
build. So, you know, that will, you know, kind of, although we still
I
got
see
the
that.
limbs, but you know, you have a foundation, and I think that just kind of put us in a weak state, you know. I think more or less my shutdown was like, what am I here for now? You know, I went through that. Like, you know, that was for me a toll. You know, knowing, you know, I have other kids, we have other children, you know, but just having that connection, because it's gone now, you know, like when I say like a generation, like, you know,
I get that.
you know what I mean? And although, you know, like I said, ain't no steps, it ain't none of that, because we still have our family,
right.
you know. But I think that was more, that took me for a loop.
How did y'all work your way through that? Because that's not easy at all. I can't imagine losing a child. I lost a child with, I mean, it was like when I was pregnant, so that's not the same as when you the child is here, you watch it grow, you know their characteristics, then they make you laugh, you think, oh my God, this person was so. How did you deal with that? Because that's a part. Those are things that happen in marriage that people almost never talk about.
Well, my wife is a big part of that because she got hooked up with another mother that lost her child, Nicole Pavo, and that led to a movement. You know,
right on.
It led to a movement, and that movement led to us being able to surround ourselves around other parents that done lost their kids and stuff. And like she said, just found out that we wasn't alone. Then we started going to the POMC, the Parents of Murdered Children. Man, that was one thing that we really needed, you know, because you'd be surprised, man. I mean, the whole room with everybody that done lost, you know. And it was something that we joined, and I think it really helped me a lot.
I know.
It did.
Yeah. Usually we do get to hear a lot from the mothers, but not a lot from the dads.
Right.
So like to hear you talk is just refreshing because usually we always see women, which mothers, but there are fathers, and it takes two of you to come together to even make a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So you together y'all linked on each other.
Mm-hmm.
One last question about that: how do y'all remember your son? Do you do something every year, or does he have a picture on the fireplace?
Well, we got pictures all over the house. Yeah. But man, it's just that man, I just remember me just watching him play sports, and my thing was we were supposed to be able to see him continue, because he was good. He was the one that he had two brothers that played. They both went to college and played football. He's like, I'm gonna be better than my brothers. That was his drive.
Right.
But they taught him everything,
I know.
They taught him. He learned from them. They taught him. He loved his big brothers, and he was like, but I'm gonna be better than them now. And we didn't get a chance to see that. So that was a big hurt for me. But with the faith of God, I'm able to keep on going.
Right on. What do you love about your husband? Absolutely, that you really love about your husband.
His personality is awesome. Jay's very humble. Very humble man. I'm the fireball. That's me. But his humbleness, his honesty. A very honest man. And I think just what more attracted me more to is his humbleness. His strength to endure, a lot of things that he went through as a child. Like he said, he lost his parents at an early age, and just to know that he didn't let that get to him. To me, that alone was like, this is a strong black man. That can really understand, because we all have a past. I have a past, so just being able to and his listening skills. He will listen. Like, one of them, like, will listen to you. If you say, babe, I want to talk, he'll and won't say nothing. Then I get mad, like, say something!
I love it.
But,
He thinking,
his listening skills, his ability to just to let me be, like I said, let me be me. Let me, no question asked, So I think that's what attracted me to you.
What about you to her? What do you absolutely love about your wife? Because she's a fireball.
She's a fireball.
Yeah, I love the way you said a fireball.
That is what I love. She's a fireball.
Like
she don't take no mess from nobody.
I love it.
If I have to stop her, she'll listen to me like she can say. There'll be a lot of times I gotta stop her because she's quick tempered.
Right.
But she's learning from me to let a lot of things go sometimes, But before I got with her, I know she was a quick temper. She'll fight in a minute.
Hey.
And I'm trying to, as we get older, I'm letting her know it's not all about that, because people get hurt now, I don't want to see my wife get hurt in no stupid stuff, So she's learning, and I'm proud of her on that. And that's one thing that I love about her, that she do pay attention to me.
So
that means a lot.
As a part of your marriage, when you all need to seek advice, who do you seek advice from, and why do you choose that person?
Me.
And when it comes to your marriage.
Basically, me, her parents. because now that I love my parents and stuff like that, her parents took me in like I'm their own son, and I'm their son-in-law. But her dad loved me, and her mom loved me, and I love them, and I really take good advice from them, especially my father-in-law, because like she said, they've been married 65 years. So
That's a long time.
I'm trying to keep on going that way too.
Right
And
on.
I give him the most of respect, because he like her, he's a fireball too.
That's how you handle the daughter fireball.
And I love her dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you?
I talk to my mom a lot. But me and my dad are close knit, so I just listen and watch, and but honestly, like even talking to my parents, because sometimes, being that I was raised with them, I still, okay, well, I remember this, and I don't want to do that, but I just my higher power, that's my strength, actually, Rhonda, because through it all, I'm spiritual, I'm not religiously, like, don't be in the church, but my spiritual drive is real, I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, which is not,
Wow, how long were you a Jehovah's Witness?
Oh my God.
Oh, you said you were raised when you was
I was raised a Jehovah's Witness.
Gotcha, okay.
I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. I was baptized and everything.
You didn't get this communicated. Oh, because you said fireball, I just didn't see the two of them being together. But that's just me.
Yes, so.
Okay.
Why do you practice?
Did you know that? No, because I know somebody who has.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They kind of fireball too. But to me, it's like human though.
Right.
Like, like in terms of your right to ask questions or
Fellowship, you mean?
I don't think that. I think I think religion is great,
right,
used properly,
right.
But I think if you make people stuff who they are because it doesn't fit in some rules that the people who wrote it didn't even follow, then it kind of don't make no sense.
But I say that because in the religion itself, I do believe that his name is Job. That's written in the Bible.
I get that.
But it's just their politic rules.
I get that. That's what I'm saying.
So, but the belief in the believing, and that's where my spirit come from. You know what I mean? Plus, then my, so, but then after that, my grandmother was Pentecostal.
Ooh.
So, right.
Yeah, they get to them.
Right. Okay. So, and I remember all that too, and I think with the combination of both, my spiritual belief is what got me, just kind of gets me through everything.
I get that.
Because my grandmother, like although my parents raised me, I was with my grandmother a lot. Like when I was growing up, because my mother and them, they were young. I'm the fourth out of 5. So there's a space. Like me and my younger sister, she's 10 years younger than me.
Oh, okay.
Then I have a space between me and my other sister. She's 9 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's a whole generation.
And then it's 3 back to back. So when I came, it was like a whole the stuff that they had already had 3 other kids. So I got the midst of it all. Like I couldn't,
we are seasoned.
Like you talking about the wall being built. No, right. It was a whole gate.
Right. No, I totally get that.
You know what I mean?
Totally get that.
So I just say, because my grandmother back then, so that's why I think my spirit is the way it is. Because my grandmother had me a lot, you know what I mean? So I just, my prayer, and I would say that, that's, I pray a lot, and then, we have, like I said, I have aunts and uncles and stuff that I can call and talk to, but sometimes when you don't put too many family members in your business, you know how that gets. Right. So I said, I'd rather pray to God about it. So, but, my family is close knit. We are a very close knit family, which is a blessing for me, But I think, just with that, and it's like once, like, and I'm just not trying to get off the subject, but like, I just have to bring this up. Once Nutter died, and, sometimes you have things that weigh you down so much, and then you just get this lift, like, and I think when for me to when we, just accept, like, not just accepting, but just getting to that point where my baby's gone, and what am I going to do now, and how are we going to make this family work? Still, I think that was due to, like he said, with Nicole Clavel coming in. I got to give extra props out to my Black Child Legacy campaign, because these were support groups that I had no idea that existed. You know, just meeting women like you know what I mean? Because we were always in the community. Like, I've always did community work. So anything that I'm doing now, I was already doing it. You know, I was a part of the Sacramento Raiders Youth Organization for 12 years. I raised a lot of kids. When you say so, I had boys. So you can imagine each one of my sons played some type of sport. So all year round, that means boys bring what? Friends. So my house was never empty. You know, so I just think, but when my baby got killed, I lost that drive. So when they say like we are like strong, and now I'm sinking, and I see my whole family sinking. So I think with that, it was my higher power, the faith in my husband, and just the people and healthy people that you have to remember in a relationship. You have to be around healthy people that has the same morals and goals that you have, because they tear you down. You know, I believe like my spirit is very, you know, like I said, be careful who you invite in your house. I'm really, you know what I mean? I just think about stuff like that after the, you know, but it's woke me up more, you know. Be careful who you let around your surroundings, you know what I mean? Because
you never know.
You know, that evil man that we talk about, that is wicked. It's wicked out here. You know, so I think that's what helped me with my marriage and to keep it moving.
Did you ever have people try to tell you how to be together with each other as married people? You have to be like, you ain't even married to nobody. You know, but I mean,
that part right.
You be like, how you gonna give advice on anything?
Or can't even stay in a relationship.
Yeah, I know.
5 days.
What do y'all do when people do that to you? Do you shut them down immediately?
I do.
Okay. Because that always cracks me up. I don't know how people get advice, fix their lips to even give advice like that, but that's just my personal opinion.
Right.
I do. She know I do too.
Right.
You know, but you know, that's part of life. You're gonna have friends and stuff that, you know, want to be what you want to have, what you got.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reason why they can't find nobody.
Right.
But that's a whole other story.
Right.
A whole other story.
Is it hard to have friends who are not married when you're married?
No, not really. No.
So, like, for instance, when y'all go out, do y'all check in with each other? Because unmarried people just go the hell out. They, just be like, they ain't got to report to nobody.
She got girlfriends that she go out with. She go out.
Do I check in?
She check in.
That's all, you know, they're like, I got to check in. Because I know people who married.
I don't. Yeah.
But basically, when I go out with her.
Okay. Hey, that's a good one. When you go out with her, I ain't mad. Like, look.
He has his guy friends he go out. You go out with your friends.
You got more friends than you go out
I just
with.
have a lot more friends.
She got more friends, you know.
I'm from here, so I got a lot more friends. You got G Sims, you got.
That's too funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few friends though, you know, but we don't really go out, you know, like that. But we'll meet at certain events, but it'd be couple, you know.
Yeah.
And my wife be with me.
Yeah, but even like the friends that I do go out with are the same ones that I've been having.
Yeah,
so you know, it's like, and you know, because I'm very careful and very cautious about that because I would want the same thing, you know, for me. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, my girlfriends and you know we have a couple. But like it's maybe one or two, but then the one or two that don't, it's usually 2 or 3 of us that are in a relationship. Gotcha. So you know, like all my friends are like mostly are not friends. These are my sisters. You know what I mean? Like these are like I don't like my friends. I don't like I don't hang. I don't have friends like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm too like. So these I don't need them as I'm too old for that. You know, but you know like you know. Because sometimes, like I said, and I'm a spacious person. Like sometimes I just need to get out the house. I need to just get away and just, you know. So because Jay's more of a homebody. Me, I'll be back.
I'm out.
You know.
But she check in.
You know, but I think you know it's more that you know just that's one of the made one of the pointers too that brings out in me, because he allows me to, well, no, I wouldn't say allow, but you know, he doesn't mind. He relates to that. You know what I mean?
I get that.
He allows, I guess.
So in marriage vows, one of the words I hear
I
people
don't like
trip
to use
over,
that word
like,
a lot.
I'm just being honest. Well, they always talk about obey.
Oh,
Right.
But could obey, like submit, sometimes the word submit, I want to be like, what? But sometimes, this is the crazy part, but then when I'm in certain situations,
Right.
if I come amongst people that I know that's righteous, I would easily submit, like, what you need me to do?
Right.
Like, it's not like a submit, like I'm down here helpless.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How do those words work in your relationship? Submit and obey.
We stay away from them.
So it's just some kind of negative connotation on them words.
Right.
Yeah.
I
It's
can
like
see
a little
that.
bit too high or too high.
Don't submit to me.
Right.
Yeah, so okay, I was
Looking
like, I don't know if fireballs could do that. I mean,
Right.
But when I be like, yeah, I'm a good fireball.
that's right. But so y'all don't really, because you know people pull it out of you.
Yeah.
No, yes, different wordings you stay away from. You know, and I always like if I say something, I've always make it a habit to where like I'm not telling, I'm asking or it's always an ask. Like because I don't want you just telling me like that. You know what I mean? So it's different ways that that you word and different ways how you talk to anybody. And especially if you're sitting with others, just like anybody else. If you feel like if I'm gonna say something to you, then I kind of repeat myself, like, okay, I want him saying this to me, you know what I mean, first, you know what I mean, then I can say, okay, well, let me turn it around a little bit, and I think that's, even starting a relationship, like, that's how we begin, like, certain things we think about what we say before you say it,
right.
Or immediately, from a relationship from the gate, like, this is, some of the things I do not like, some of the things I do like, you know what I mean?
How do y'all apologize to each other when you do have those moments? Because it's one thing we go through. It's like, how do you apologize? Is it more like I'm sorry, or y'all know what I mean? Like,
We'll wait till the next morning.
Okay.
The next morning, after we wake up, she'll probably go to sleep on the couch and I'll be in the bed. But she's like, "Man, I'm sorry." I'm like, "I'm sorry too,"
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cute. How do y'all celebrate?
So you heard that
marriage?
he puts me on the couch. I hear that, right?
He said you probably be like,
I don't put her on the couch. That's her little attitude when she
I'm leaving.
When she get it, I don't feel like going to bed tonight.
That's so cute. That's super cute. So how do y'all celebrate your marriage? How do y'all, is it like flower or dating each other or
date nights?
Yeah, we have date nights and stuff. We just went to the movies the other night to go on Valentine's Day. My mother passed away on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I was 13 years old. Valentine's Day, February 14, 1974.
Wow.
So I didn't like Valentine's Day.
Right.
Until I got with my other half. And I still didn't for a minute, but I gave it to God, and I just learned that I had to start liking Valentine's Day because I had somebody to share with,
Oh.
It was hard. Valentine's Day was hard.
It was hard for me.
She
she understood. She went through it with me for a while, and then I just got to the point, I can't keep doing this woman like this. So I finally changed, and we started doing things on Valentine's Day. We went to go see What Men Want.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
Oh my God,
It
it
was
had us
funny.
laughing.
Okay.
It was funny.
It had us laughing.
It's predictable, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
So, with that being said, you do date nights and you...
Yeah, we just besides any holiday, like, randomly, we go out, have a little drink or two, or just,
we go dancing.
We go dancing.
Yeah.
We take walks. We just go to the park,
Wow.
I mean, and sometimes, and I think, I don't like playing stuff all the time. You know what I mean? Like, be a spirit of the moment where, hey, we just go sit at the park, feed the ducks, look at the ducks, you know what I mean? Or, just to be together. I mean, take a ride, know?
Yeah.
So, I think we both, because like I said, I'm really outdoorsman. I'm really, just like to go a lot. I like to see, I love water. Opposite hates it, but we'll do it, you know what I mean? If he ain't going too far. So like, you know, when the weather gets good, he knows we'll take a ride up the coast, you know, just see the water. That's my seance, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Bring back. He gonna be back, way back, but
She love the beach.
you know, I just love the beach.
Beaches, what's up?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
right. So but we're, you know, it like you said, it's been 24 years, and you know, certain things that he's coming out, I'm still hearing, oh, I've never did this before. So you know, certain things that we still learning. You know, some days, you know, like you know, like, hey, let's just be boyfriend and girlfriend today. You know, let's find out what you ain't did, and
right.
you know, stuff like that. So I think that's just most important is because there's always gonna be something that is gonna be new to it. You just gotta figure it out, bring it out.
So in your relationships, when did y'all decide to tell each other the secrets that you held? Because that's a big thing I always hear. Like, something like, do I tell a person immediately? I'll be like, you don't even know if you're going to even be with this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, don't drop all your dump on people. Like,
Right, yeah.
It's just gradually, you know, as you get to know a person, know you're going to be with this person, now you ain't scared.
you're like, I got all these issues with this person.
You know, yeah, but we don't really have a lot of secrets.
Right.
You know.
Those are the secrets before your relationship, not like in it. You know, like, are things that's happened to you, or, you know, like, oh, I don't
My
know.
motive, like, okay, you mean before we were together?
Yeah, you know, like,
So certain things.
Yeah, like some people, you don't share those things. I get
Certain
you
things you
meet
still
somebody
don't
and be
share.
like, yeah, okay.
So you don't forgot about it.
I get that. Especially if that don't mean nothing. It don't really mean nothing.
Like,
I don't
but you know,
wanna share that.
I mean, no, but I understand what you're saying. Just a little humor. Like you said, as we gradually go, you know, you might think of something like, you know, and then he come up to him, and you be like, damn, wow, that really happened? You know, but as far as like, because like I said, I'm like, and that's just it. Like, I don't like secrets. Like, I think we tell each pretty much everything. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, certain things, like, if I, like, it's been 25, I was young. I was, 25 when I got with him. So, it wasn't too much I had done that I couldn't already, you know, say, but, you know, but some things, you know, just remember that. Some things you ain't.
Yeah. You know, some people try to tell your whole life, so it's like, that's too much.
That's too much.
Like, I don't even want to.
Like, I want to forget that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Some things you do.
Shit,
If you don't have
So
to
we
know.
we start when we met.
Yeah, like, that's a good one. 'Cause, man, you be like,
real.
that's too much information. Like, I don't need to know all that.
Right.
What advice would you give to people who want to be married?
Man, I
Like,
would
young
give it.
folks start now.
Make sure it's real.
Make sure.
How
How
do
do you know it's
How do you
real?
know it's real? That's what
I mean, just make sure. Far as like you said, you got to be a friend first. Understand one another, you know, and my main thing is really understanding one another. You know, if you understand somebody, you know, and you grow together, you might have a chance to get married.
Right on. What about you?
Mine's is sincerity. Like, be sincere. Sincere is one of the most deepest, hurtful, you know, thing you could do. If you're not sincere and the loyalty and the honesty, you know what I mean? Be right with that person. Be, you know, if you just want this, like, you know, if you're serious about the relationship, you want to be in the relationship, this is what you want to be, you're going to be spending the rest of your life with this person, you got to have loyalty. You got to be loyal to this person. You have to be sincere. Trust, love, and sincerity. You can get through any marriage.
So
I believe.
Are you guys grandparents yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what is that like? What's the difference between being a couple married, now you're a couple and you're grandparents?
That's like another step, you know, another step to success for us.
That's beautiful. Because I can give them back.
How did you feel when you found you're going to be grandparents, though? When you're like, oh, like,
Well,
next generation.
My
Like,
oldest is 8. Will be 9 in a couple weeks.
yeah.
So
Samaya was 7.
7, and then 3, and then 6.
But y'all have a couple?
We got 3 girls
Yeah, we had
and
3
1 boy.
girls and 1 boy.
See, now you're getting the girls then.
And we had, yeah. Yeah. And I'm so happy I got my boy.
Yeah.
I got 3 girls. I was done.
We got the
Them
boy
gonna help us.
right after we lost our son. Then our
Wow.
son had a grandson. So that's how God worked.
That's so
He
true.
brought that boy right back into our life, and oh my God, he just lights the whole house up.
Wow. What's his name?
Genesis.
Wow. Beginning. I
Yeah.
like that. That's what's up. You guys are awesome. Like, I just, y'all firebrand. So one of the reasons why I do these interviews, I work with a lot of girls, and particularly black girls, and they don't really have any ideas of marriage.
Right.
Wow.
They really don't. You ask me, oh, I want to have kids, but then I talk about, like, that's their first thing. I want to have kids.
Man.
So marriage, you ain't got to be married, because some of them are coming from environments where people
Right.
were never
Yeah.
married.
Right.
And so it's like, I got to start putting together some series that we get to watch in here and there and breaks, looking at marriage.
And I like what you said earlier too, before about the young men and stuff. You say the problem is that we ain't teach them nothing, and that's what's going on right now. These boys is not being taught nothing, so it's crazy.
And they need y'all. Black men are so powerful. Just y'all very being in a
Right.
space changes the whole energy of the space. But sometimes we don't even know, not we black men don't know when they stand in a place, they got to stand in a particular way.
Right.
Not any old kind of way. That's why I think
Right.
we'll follow y'all into hell and into
Right,
heaven,
yeah.
and states of minds, because you guys are so, everybody loves chocolate. That's what I always say.
Right.
Vanilla like chocolate.
Right.
Everybody likes chocolate,
Chocolate.
but it's kind of like it's a lot of pressure with that.
Right.
And so we don't necessarily groom y'all and teach y'all, and that's what's so impressive. Just talking with you tonight, I've never heard a man's side of anything, in terms of how you felt when there's loss, was we immediately go to mama,
Right.
because some of us don't have daddies to go to. Or a
Right.
man that we respect. I grew up in an era, even if you didn't have a dad, you had uncles,
Mhm.
you had older cousins, and so my dad was a truck driver, so he was on the road all the time. My
Oh.
brothers had cousins that they would
Cousins.
talk to, and they would
Right.
come over to, I thought they was like my dad's brothers or something, because, but it's like we're missing that, so the village, and so the fact that you guys were blessed with having 4 sons,
So
and then after them came another son and then some granddaughters. I mean, it's just kind of like I feel like your information and your life journey and this work, when your granddaughters are doing their history, they go like, well, my grandparents were married.
right.
And them grandparents, well, they was married.
Mhm.
So it really helps to lay a foundation
They do.
that's a part of who you are.
Right.
Because we're really not meant to be here by ourselves. We do come in the world alone, but don't nobody really want to be alone.
Right.
Right.
So it's like we got to get past those things so we can pick good people. So good people can find each other and build. And good don't mean everything is perfect.
Right.
So I have to always say that. I don't know why we think
That's
that
it's
means
not.
perfect.
It's not. It
But
ain't gonna
what-
be perfect.
Yeah, but I always say it's correct because even your mistakes are correct.
Right.
All that is a part of the
Yes.
learning curve,
Exactly.
and if you don't, it's kind of like that's how you learn not to stick your hand in the fire. My mom always said, he get to that stove, he gonna understand. You be like, I'm like, get out. He say, no, you done told me that.
Right.
And he's like, ooh, hot. It
Hot.
didn't take you but a minute to know that
Right.
it's hot. Like, so it's kind of like, that's that building piece.
Right.
I think so. We just don't get to hear a lot of that. As we wrap this up, my final question to y'all is, when it's all said and done, how would you want your descendants to remember your unity, your union?
Great question.
Yeah. You mean like when we're not
When we're not here,
We're not here.
Reflect
I went-
on-
I don't.
Go.
I think I just want them to remember me as being the man that I am, somebody that understands, and just keep that going, especially my boys, knowing that, respect the woman, I don't want nobody going out there putting no hands on no females or nothing like that. And I just want to be remembered as being the dad that, that you could be proud of.
Right on. What about you?
The ability to survive, just the ability to be able to survive a marriage, or survive a lifestyle with someone that you love, knowing that you have that companion that's going to be there regardless,
Mm.
Loving on him, just keeping that black love alive.
Right on.
Just being like I said, it's a survival. It's you know, marriages, it don't come with no, like parenting, it don't come with no rules. We don't have no rules on marriage, really. I mean, you know, there's some people doing things, or I mean, I shouldn't say rules, I mean instructions. Instructions, but and just being able to guide you and keep God in your life. Have some type of higher power that's healthy.
Right on.
You know, God, you know, because you know a lot of our younger generation. Because I don't go to church or anything no more, but just knowing and I instilled that spiritual guidance into my children. Keep it with yours. Keep that going in our relation. Don't ever let it go, because if that goes, man, you ain't got nothing.
Right.
You know, and I just think a lot of our young generation don't even know nothing. You know, like you know, I just believe in that. I believe in spiritual. You know, because our ancestors prayed.
Yes, they did.
They danced and they prayed, and that's all. And that's what keeps me happy, dancing and praying.
Right.
And I just believe if you don't keep that spiritual part in your life, man, ain't gonna be nothing.
Thank y'all.
Man, thank
Y'all
you.
just so awesome. No, I
Thank
just,
you.
thank you. I so enjoyed talking to y'all.
And we appreciate it too. Because,
All right,
you know,
fam, I'm gonna be back tomorrow night with a whole nother couple. No,
y'all.
so hold y'all freeze. Let me just finalize this thing here. Y'all's was so good. You know what made me